Title IX and Responsible Employee. Title IX of the Education Amendments of 1972 prohibits discrimination on the basis of sex in education programs receiving federal financial assistance. Title IX states, "No person in the United States shall, on the basis of sex, be excluded from participation in, be denied the benefits of, or be subjected to discrimination under any education program or activity receiving federal financial assistance." Title IX prohibits discrimination on the basis of sex in education programs or activities operated by recipients of federal financial assistance. Sexual harassment of students, which includes acts of sexual violence, is a form of sex discrimination prohibited by Title IX. Title IX applies also to same-sex, bisexual, and transgender students' sexual violence. Sexual violence refers to physical sexual acts perpetrated either against a person's will or whether a person is incapable of giving consent due to the victim's use of drugs or alcohol. An individual also may be unable to give consent due to an intellectual or other disability. A number of different acts fall into the category of sexual violence, including rape, sexual assault, sexual battery, and sexual coercion. All such acts of sexual violence are forms of sexual harassment covered under Title IX. Once UNMC knows or reasonably should know of possible sexual violence, it must take immediate and appropriate action to investigate or otherwise determine what occurred. If sexual violence has occurred, UNMC must 1. Take prompt and effective steps to end the sexual violence, 2. Prevent its reoccurrence, and 3. Address its effects, whether or not the sexual violence is the subject of criminal investigation. What constitutes notice? A formal complaint to the Title IX coordinator or deputy, a complaint to a responsible employee, or if the harassment is widespread, openly practiced, or well known to students and staff. UNMC responsible employees are listed per unit at the UNMC's Title IX website. Responsible employee is an employee who, 1. Has the authority to take action to redress sexual violence, 2. Has been given the duty to report to appropriate school officials about incidents of sexual violence or any other misconduct by students, or 3. A student could reasonably believe has this authority or responsibility. Responsible employee includes 1. Any faculty member leading, coordinating, or supervising off-campus academic activities or programs such as study abroad programs, special field trips, etc. 2. Faculty members, formally assigned, who serve in student academic advisory positions. 3. Faculty and staff employees who have management or supervisory duties, Title IX and Title VII. 4. Staff members who interact with or assist students or employees with Title IX issues. A responsible employee must 1. Report incidents of sexual violence to the Title IX coordinator. UNMC is obligated to address sexual violence about which a responsible employee knew or should have known. 2. Report to UNMC Title IX coordinator all relevant details about the alleged sexual violence that the student or employee has shared. UNMC needs to determine what occurred and resolve the situation. Report includes the names of the alleged perpetrator, if known, the student or employee who experienced the alleged sexual violence, other students or employees involved in the alleged sexual violence, as well as relevant facts, including the date, time, and location. Before a student or employee reveals information, a responsible employee must ensure that the individual understands 1. His or her obligation to report the names of the alleged perpetrator and student or employee involved in the alleged sexual assault, as well as relevant facts regarding the alleged incident, including the date, time, and location, to the Title IX coordinator or other appropriate UNMC officials. 2. The student or employee's option to request that the school maintain his or her confidentiality, which UNMC will consider. And 3. The student or employee's ability to share the information confidentially with counseling, advocacy, health, mental health, or sexual assault-related services, including sexual assault resource centers, campus health centers, pastoral counselors, and campus mental health centers. The responsible employee must provide the student or employee with the UNMC Resource Brochure located at unmc.edu/Title IX/campusresources. If the student or employee requests confidentiality, UNMC will protect the privacy of the parties to the extent possible. In some situations, the law may require disclosure to respondents. Required investigations may be limited by the information provided by the complainant and the complainant's willingness to pursue a formal complaint. UNMC will make every reasonable effort to abide by the complainant's wishes to remain anonymous. UNMC is required to balance request with interest in protecting the safety of other members of the community. Non-responsible employees are encouraged to 1. Assist a student or employee with reporting to the Title IX Coordinator and/or local law enforcement. 2. Assist a student or employee by providing direction to available resource options. 3. Provide student or employee with UNMC Resource Brochure located at unmc.edu/title9/campusresources. On or off campus behavior. Sexual assault or sexual harassment that occurs on or off campus needs to be reported so it can be addressed. Retaliation against those bringing allegations is prohibited. The goal is to protect the person from further problems. It's on us. Be part of the solution and take the pledge on itsonus.org. It's on us to stop sexual assault, to recognize that non-consensual sex is sexual assault, to identify situations in which sexual assault may occur, to intervene in situations where consent has not or cannot be given, to create an environment in which sexual assault is unacceptable and survivors are supported. It's about safety. All students must feel safe and have the opportunity to benefit fully from their school's education programs and activities. All employees must feel safe and enjoy working at UNMC. This is consistent with the UNMC Code of Conduct. Contact information listed includes the Title IX Coordinator, UNMC Student Affairs Officer and Conduct Officer, and Director of Employee Relations. Additional resources include the UNMC Title IX website and compliance hotline.